All right, Shalom Yasharallah. Before we get started, we don't give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rakak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone that teach and rule well. Peace and salutations to those for elect. All right, back another video, another lesson. All right, and this one's gonna be a prophecy watch. Going into the news, bring up some articles. All right, because of the times we're running, give me 1 second, real quick. No distractions. All right, yeah, in the times that we're in, a lot of things are heating up. All right, prophecy is speaking, as we can see out in the world. All right, and we're here. All right, we're in the midst of it. Okay, and the return of our Lord Yahweh Shai is near, man. All right, but while we wait, we still gotta go through a lot of things. All right, Jacob's trouble, the mark of the beast, World War III, persecution, affliction, all that type of stuff, and we pray to Yahweh Bashem Yahweh Shai, hoping that he'll keep us safe. He'll keep his Holy Spirit upon us, and that we'll endure to the end. Lord willing, we have those men and women, and children. That's a part of that number, 144,000, which are all men. All right, and the 1/3, the multitude, that's men, women, and children. So first I want to start with I'll start with this one. All right, from End Time Headlines, and a lot of these gonna be from the same article, the same website, but this is End Time Headlines. It says deadly new strain of H5N1 are causing egg and beef shortages to get even worse. It says we just received some very serious news. Now this is a couple of days old, but it says the extremely deadly D1.1 strain of the H5N1 bird flu, which has been ripping through the nation's poultry population in recent weeks, has now gotten into the cattle population in the state of Nevada. This is the very first time that cattle in the U.S. has ever tested positive for this strain. What this means is that we are facing a very serious threat to our food supply. As I detailed earlier this week, the U.S. is dealing with the worst egg shortage that it has ever experienced, and it is likely to get even worse as this new strain spreads. Meanwhile, the size of the U.S. cattle herd could be reduced even further by this new strain, and it is already at the lowest level that we have seen since 1961. According to the market intel, the total number of cattle and calves was 86.7 million in January, down 1% from last year. The beef herd has shrunk 40% since 1975 and is the smallest it has been since 1961. The U.S. Department of Agriculture revealed that the number of beef cows that have calved hit a record low of 27.9 million or 28 million. Replacement heifers also decreased, indicating continued contraction in the cattle cycle. In 1961, 182 million people were living in the United States. Today, 335 million people live in the United States. Now I'm rounding that number up. It says, so now we have the same amount of beef that we did in 1961, but we have nearly twice as many people to feed. And what is that going to bring? There's going to be a lot of famine. A lot of people are not going to be able to eat, right? It says a beef shortage is here. Needless to say, the price of beef is going to go higher as supplies of beef just keep getting tighter and tighter. I don't know why the mainstream media is not making a bigger deal about this. And, they don't put this type of stuff in the mainstream media because they still want the people, because the people start to go berserk, right? It says I know that they are absolutely fixated on the drama that is unfolding in Washington, D.C. right now, but this new strain of H5N1 bird flu is an extremely huge story. 6 dairy herds in Nevada have tested positive for a newer variant of the H5N1 bird flu virus that has been associated with severe infections in humans, according to the Nevada Department of Agriculture. Scientists say these infections with a different type of virus mark an inflection point in the nation's efforts to contain the virus. It may be here to stay. The strain is not the same one that has been circulating in other dairy herds throughout the United States as virus called B313. The newer version D11 has previously been detected only in birds and in people who had contact with infected birds. It goes on, it says, this is the very first time that D11 has been detected in any of our dairy herds, and it goes on. But, this could have, like I said, it could affect the food market, as it said, food supply, Salakia. It's a serious threat to the food supply, man. That could bring, I got this video of people fighting in the market. Let me see if I can find it, yeah. All right, I don't know where this is at. I think this is Costco, yeah. People in Costco go at each other over eggs. You see, and look at that cart. A cart full of eggs, and people going crazy. So this is just on a low level, man. Wait till, stuff really starts, getting crazy out here. Shelves are damn near empty. Those refrigerators are gone. No water, no juice. Okay, no chicken, no beef, no eggs, none of that. Everything gonna be gone. That's why. Let's take a look in, right? I don't know what's going on. Now I want to play. Let's see. All right, here we go. Okay. So it won't play, but I'll just keep the sound off. But as you see, people are fighting. they ready to fight over eggs, man. Jake, so-called, he look like Issachar. So yeah, man, people ready to fight over eggs in Costco. Let's get I believe that's Second Address 6. Come on, man. It's fine now. Now I want to act crazy. What in the world? Come on, bro. All right, that's all good. Let's go over here. Salakia. Go over here. Let's get Second Address 6. Second Address chapter 6, at verse 22. It says, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. See that? Suddenly be found empty, man. All right, you're gonna go into the store. You ain't gonna find nothing. You ain't gonna get no eggs. You ain't get no. But they want to eat bacon. Anything you want to find. Chips, juices, water, right? All that's gonna be it's gonna be barely anything left. A famine, right? I read again, and suddenly shall the sown places appear unsown. The full storehouses shall suddenly be found empty. The trumpet shall give a sound, and the trumpet shall give a sound, which when every man heareth, they shall be suddenly afraid. At that time shall friends fight one another like enemies, and the earth shall stand in fear with those that dwell therein. The springs of the fountain shall stand still, and in 3 hours they shall not run. See, so people be fighting against one another like enemies. All right, there's gonna come a time where his words gonna be cut off. That's going into the springs of the fountains shall stand still. You know, because this truth is like living waters. All right, and it's gonna be cut off by the Lord, bringing a famine of the word. All right, and the Lord is also actually gonna bring a famine to America, Babylon the Great. All right, let's get Ezekiel. Right, is it 13 or 14? I think it's 14. Yeah, Ezekiel 14 and 20. It says, though Noah, Daniel, and Job were in. So like, let me read it again. Though Noah, Daniel, and Noah, Daniel, and Job represents the elect, right? Were in it, as I live, said the Lord power. They shall deliver neither son nor daughter. They shall but deliver their own souls by their righteousness. For thus said the Lord power, how much more when I send my four sword judgments upon Jerusalem, the sword and the famine and the noisome beast and the pestilence to cut off from it man and beast. You see? And we're seeing this, we got pestilence in the air, right? These different viruses going around. All right, brothers getting sick. Esau putting that shit in the air, man. Whatever he doing, making brothers getting sick, is him. He's the devil. All right. But you got these other viruses, the bird flu, norovirus. They call this the quademic, right? This is what's coming next. And best believe another pandemic is coming. Okay, because we're at that time, man. It's Matthew 24 and verse 6, and ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars, right? See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom, and there shall be famines. All right, shortage of food and water. Famines is lemos, scarcity of harvest, famine. All right, a scarcity of food, dearth, famine, hunger. All right, and that's what we're going to see. Okay, a scarcity of food out here. Little to no food at all. Okay, that's why they're going to start going crazy. Extreme scarcity of food. That's what famine means. A shortage, scarcity of food, man. All right, so little to none. All right, in these storehouses, and the farms, they're gonna be able to grow any crops, right? They're gonna give you lab grown meat, they'll give you that lab grown stuff, lab grown come on, bro, what is this? Lab grown what's that stuff called? Lamb and chicken, which is, they already got it in the stores, but on a bigger scale. All right, we're gonna go back over here to get this on a bigger scale. It's gonna come on a bigger scale soon, man. This is second address. What's that? Is it 16? I was thinking of one. Is it 16? Yeah, it might be 16. No, it's 15. 15. But 16 is good too. You should go read that. Second just 15 and 14. I'll read it. It says, woe to the world and them that dwell therein, for the sword and their destruction draweth nigh. And one people shall stand up and fight against another with and swords in their hands. All right, the modern day sword are these guns. Okay, for there shall be sedition among men and invading one another. They shall not regard their kings nor princes. The kings and the princes are your mayors, your governors. All right. It says, in the course of their actions shall stand in their power. A man shall desire to go into a city and shall not be able. Martial law. All right. And he also setting up these 15-minute cities to keep surveillance on you. Right. AI is going to be set up. Okay. This is the times we're coming into, which we're in, in it, but not on the large scale. Salakia. Verse 18, it says, for because of their pride, the city shall be troubled, the houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread, of famine, and for great tribulation. Let's get that in the GNT. Read that verse. I just read that verse in a GNT version. Second address 15. and 19. And it says, driven by famine. Yeah, driven by famine and terrible suffering, people will assault their neighbors and mercilessly plunder their possessions. See, driven by famine and terrible suffering, man. All right, and this is what you see. Okay, this is just a little, little, what's to come. You know, fighting over eggs. And he got a whole cart of them. Let me replay that. Hold on. Can't really see how much. Right here you can. They at least got, can't really count to, it's at least, it got to be more than 15. All right. more than that. You know, a cart of eggs, man. You know. So, hey, this is what we're coming into, man. All right, pestilence and famine. Right. Let's get this over here. All right. This is from the People's Voice. Bill Gates predicts Black Swan event will depopulate 94% of global population. All right, this is while the world's attention is fixed on the Trump administration's rapid dismantling of the deep state, Bill Gates is seizing the moment to advance a shocking agenda. Under the cover of global distraction, he's launching an unprecedented assault on humanity, boldly claiming that human beings are no longer essential to the planet's future. And I actually played a video.
While the world's attention is fixed on the Trump administration's rapid dismantling of the deep state, Bill Gates is seizing the moment to advance a shocking agenda. Under the cover of global distraction, he's launching an unprecedented assault on humanity, boldly claiming that human beings are no longer essential to the planet's future. In fact, Gates warns that a Black Swan event is...
This nigga is through, bro. Look at him. This is the face of a devil. You know, this is some person you don't trust around your kids, around your wife, anybody. Okay.
Not just possible, it's highly likely, with the potential to wipe out 90.
Matter of fact, I'm gonna screenshot it. Oh man, that's gonna be the thumbnail.
Percent of the global population in the near future. And if history has taught us anything, it's that Gates' so-called predictions have an uncanny tendency to come true. Almost as if they're less about foresight and more about forewarning, hinting at plans already set in motion. Before we dive in, join the People's Voice Locals community if you haven't already, and sign up to become a member of the world's first ever cyber nation that truly believes in life, liberty, and the pursuit of your dreams. Visit joson.com and click the Join Us button today. It's completely free. This week, Bill Gates joined Jimmy Fallon to promote his new memoir, Source Code, and share locker room stories about their old buddy Jeffrey Epstein and his...
Now, he's ready, you know, going to something totally off, so I gotta mute it.
They were talking about global depopulation. And according to Gates, the rise of AI means the vast majority of human beings are useless, and the elite will have no need for them in the near future.
It's kind of profound because it solves all these specific problems, like we don't have enough doctors or, mental health professionals, but it brings with it kind of so much change. What will jobs be like? Should we, just work like 2 or 3 days a week? So I love the way it'll drive innovation forward, but I think, it's a little bit unknown. Yeah. Will we be able to shape it? And so legitimately, people are like, wow, this is a bit scary. It's completely new territory.
And then came the kicker. Watch Gates' expression closely as he revels in telling the world that soon they will be obsolete.
I mean, will we still need humans?
Not for most things. We'll decide.
I mean, hosting a talk show, definitely. You're gonna need, really?
Well, we'll decide, like baseball. We won't want to watch computers play baseball.
That's correct. Yeah.
And, so there'll be some things that we reserve for ourselves.
A chilling consensus has emerged among the global elite.
And they're going to use that by having AI. Your doctor's going to be AI. Your nurse is going to be AI. All right. This is their plan, man. All right, because they want to, like you said, depop the Humans are no longer usable. You know, we don't need them anymore. They're gonna take over your trucking and what's the word? The trucking world. You know, for back a lot of terms, they're gonna take over. You know, and here's an example in Amazon where I work, and it's probably like this in other Amazons as well. They already have like self-driving we got robot arms and pallet jacks, you know, that you can manually use, but there's also electronic ones. And there's also ones they have that self drive. You know, you set it and it drives itself to another department. If that makes sense. If you work in Amazon, if you worked at Amazon, you know what I'm talking about. But this are the things they have, you know, and gradually moving forward, humans will no longer be needed. You know, I believe at some point Amazon's gonna fire majority of, us at Amazon. You know, a lot of us won't have jobs anymore. You know, the trucking industry not gonna have truck drivers. Uber, you know, this is what they're coming to, right? Matter of fact, over here in this article, Salakia, not that one. Right. He says Bill Gates warns that AI will likely replace humans for most things. See? Bill Gates recently shared some intriguing insights regarding the swift advancements in generative AI during an appearance on The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, as you just saw. All right, so I really need to go into it because you just saw the video. But if you like, you know, I'll put the link in the description. You can go watch, go read it. You know, this is the plan. They want to get rid of humans, right? Because you're no longer needed, right? This is Psalms 64. Let's get that. Psalm 64. No, not that one. It was just one I had. Type it in. Estranged. 58. No. This Psalms 58. I'm gonna start at 1. It says, Do ye indeed speak righteousness, O congregation? Do ye judge uprightly, O ye sons of men? Yeah, in heart ye work wickedness. Ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. The wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. Their poison is like the poison of a serpent. They are like the deaf adder that stoppeth the ear, you see, which will not hearken to the voice of charmers, charming never so wisely. You see that? The wicked is estranged from the womb. What does estranged mean? Zawar is to be strange, to be a stranger. All right, to become estranged. Let's look it up. It says, of a person no longer close or affectionate to someone, alienated. Okay? To be no longer close or affectionate to someone, alienate. Okay, so they're a stranger. All right? Not belonging to the family. You see, so the wicked can estrange from the womb, man. You know, it really goes into Esau. Okay? Let's read this in the NLT. This is their evil plan. They working up. Verse 1, justice. Do you rulers know the meaning of the word? Do you judge the people fairly? No, and they don't. They don't judge the people fairly. You know, if a so-called black man and a so-called white man commit the same crime, the black man gonna get life. You know, a so-called Israelite gonna get life, but a so-called white person, they'll probably give him a slap on the wrist, maybe a year or two of probation, and he out free. You know, it says, no, you plot injustice in your hearts. You spread violence throughout the land. Exactly. These wicked people are born sinners. Even from birth, they have lied and gone their own way. They spit venom like deadly snakes. They are like cobras that refuse to listen, ignoring the tunes of the snake charmers, no matter how skillful they play. How skillfully they play. That's a perfect example of these devils, man. All right. Let's get it's another one, I think, in Psalms. Is 36? Yeah, I'll start at 1. Psalm 36 and 1. The transgression of the wicked saith within my heart that there is no fear of the Most High before his eyes. And that's what, you know, they have no fear of the Lord, man. Okay, that's how they're created. You know? They want to be like the Most High. They want to replace him, because they want to have AI. You know, they're gonna be like God on the earth. Tracking everybody, right? For he flattereth himself in his own eyes until his iniquity be found to be hateful. The words of his mouth are iniquity and deceit. He have left off to be wise and to do good. He deviseth mischief upon his bed. He setteth himself in a way that is not good. He abhorreth not evil. See? And this, what they're coming into, they want to, and they're just on the forefront. Bill Gates, Elon Musk, which he's at the head of that. Noah Yuval Harari. Okay, these are just the forefront. They're, the ones who are behind it, the elites. That's what you need to look at. Okay, let's do a little more of this.
Humanity is the problem, and the solution is fewer people. To them, overpopulation isn't just an issue, it's the root cause of the world's greatest crises. From climate change to economic instability, they argue that our growing numbers are driving the planet towards the brink of collapse. And in their eyes, drastic measures are not just necessary, they're urgent. So, what are they going to do about it? Gates' predictions have an uncanny way of becoming reality. So it's worth paying attention when, during another interview promoting his book on The View, he warned that the next pandemic could be far more severe. Pay close attention to Gates' psychopathic body language during this interview. Ask yourself, why does the billionaire eugenicist keep his arms folded the entire time, except for when he rubs his hands together when talking about death?
Before COVID, you say you spent the most sleepless nights worrying about pandemics. After COVID, has that changed? And if it has, what keeps you up now? Because we all need to know.
Yeah, the pandemic, sadly, was fairly predictable. And it won't be the last pandemic. The next one could be far more severe. I mean, this one, it killed millions. It was awful. We got the vaccine. Actually, President Trump's leadership was a factor in getting that out quickly. And so when I spoke to him, I said, okay, here's some other medical innovations, including a thing called an HIV cure that could be accelerated. So, we should be more prepared, both for a pandemic. I'd say that's still number one. You can worry about nuclear war. You can worry about AI. There's
like
plenty to worry about. But
do you
overall,
sleep
I'm
at
an
all?
optimist.
Okay. I was reading, though, that you said the next pandemic you are predicting within maybe 25 years. Is that
Certainly
accurate?
we'll have one in the next 25 years. There's even some pathogens out there that we're watching over right now.
They look scared up there talking to him. But as you saw, he say he's let's get that. You have sleepless nights. What is that? Is that 64? Let's see that. I'm in Psalms a lot today. Psalm 64. No, it's not in this one. Let me see. Let me check. Is it Isaiah? I'll read this though. Isaiah 32, but I'm looking for one that said sleep. That's something about sleep. Isaiah 32:5. The vile person shall no more be called liberal, nor the churl said to the bountiful. The vile person will speak villainy, and his heart will work iniquity to practice hypocrisy, and to utter error against the Lord Yahweh by Hashem Yahushai, to make empty the soul of the hungry, and he will cause the drink of the thirsty to fail. The instruments also of the churl are evil. Okay, they have a lot of different instruments they can use. They don't just have the sword, as the elder Yahshua Amma goes into, which is physically, but they can, they have the sword. Medically, spiritually, of course, right? The instruments also of the churl are evil. He deviseth wicked devices to destroy the poor with lying words, even when the needy speaketh right. You see? So, And look at that word churl. It means kalaya, all right, scoundrel, a knave, in the sense of withholding niggardly. Churl. So good. Try to get a churl, an impolite and mean-spirited person. All right, a person of low birth, a peasant. That's how they look at, Jake. You look at you like a peasant, Niggardly means ungenerous, stingy. Okay, miserly, meager. It's one of these. I think it's vile person. Nabal, a foolish, senseless fool. All right, a foolish person, woman. All right, it's one of these. It says stupid, wicked, and pious. But ultimately speaking of the Esau, man. All right, he's the vile person. All right, he's the churl. Okay. But let's move on. You can watch the rest of this if you want. All right. Bill Gates predicts Black Swan event will depop 94% of global population. All right, which like I said, that's their plan. Okay, let's get this last one. I'll get this one from End Time. Headlines. It's also in nope. Oh yeah, wait. Yeah. It's also in the People's Voice, but this one says security. All right, sources confirm active threats ahead of Trump's visit to Super Bowl, and which is the Super Bowl is today, around like 6:30. It kicks off around 6:30. All right, between the Eagles and the Chiefs, and a lot of if you really go the Eagles, which is represents of America, the Chiefs, Native Americans, of the Northern Kingdom, a lot of symbolism in the sports world, in the world period. But it says, as New Orleans prepares to host Super Bowl, which is 50. Let me check. No, this is Super Bowl. I don't even know, to be honest. LIX 59. Super Bowl 59, security, and that's another thing. Why do they have the Roman numerals for the Super Bowl? Because this is Rome all over again. Okay? Bread and circuses. Security measures have been significantly heightened, especially with President Donald Trump's planned attendance, the first time a sitting president will attend the event. This development has led to an unprecedented security operation involving multiple agencies and advanced technologies. The U.S. Department of Homeland Security has classified this year's Super Bowl as a special event assignment rating, SEER, level 1 event, indicating the highest level of public safety risk. In response, federal, state, and local agencies have collaborated to implement comprehensive security protocols. The Cybersecurity Infrastructure Security Agency conducted both physical and cybersecurity assessments prior to the event and will have advisors and emergency communications coordinators on site during the game to support law enforcement and private partners. Advanced technologies are being deployed to monitor potential threats in real time. The Superdome, which is called Caesars Dome, all right, in New Orleans, the Caesars, all right, will utilize sophisticated video surveillance systems equipped with artificial intelligence to analyze crowd behavior and identify anomalies. It says ASM Global, the Superdome's owner, has partnered with Datamir, an AI firm, to monitor over 1 million public data sources, including social media and traffic cameras, to detect emerging threats. Residents and visitors to New Orleans have observed a substantial increase in security personnel throughout the city. And if you recall, January 1st, in the New Year's, it was a T attack in New Orleans on Bourbon Street. Okay. Armed soldiers and law enforcement officers from various departments packed key areas, including the French Quarter and the Superdome. Their visible show of force is a resentment of the security measures implemented after Hurricane Katrina. The French Quarter has been designated as an enhanced security zone with checkpoints where visitors must undergo bag checks, especially for larger items. Those refusing searches will be denied entry to the area. And this also comes after President Trump announced this, Salakia. Iran vows to assassinate President Trump. Okay. It says the Iranian government has vowed to assassinate President Donald Trump following Trump's warning that he will obliterate the Islamic Republic if they do so. Let's see if we can get a video on it, if we can. Let me see. I don't feel like reading all this, but you can watch this from. This is from Fox News on Twitter.
Iran and their proxies who have threatened to retaliate against you and your team by killing you guys for taking out Soleimani.
Well, they haven't done that, and that would be a terrible thing for them to do. Not because of me. If they did that, they would be obliterated. That would be the end. I've left instructions. If they do it, they get obliterated. There won't be anything left. And they shouldn't be able to do it. And Biden should have said that, but he never did. I don't know why. Lack of intelligence, perhaps. But he never said it. If that happens to a leader, or close to a leader, frankly, if you had other people involved also, you would call for total obliteration of a state that did it. That would include Iran.
You see, so they trying to get at Trump, man. All right. Nope. But I read a little bit. It says Iranian MP Mojtaba Zarai's issued the threat on Iranian social media messaging platform ETA on Wednesday in response to President Trump's warning to Islamic Republic of drastic repercussions in the event of any attempt on his life, have fueled concerns over Iran's escalating rhetoric against the U.S. If an opportunity arises, I will punish you personally, says Zarai, who is a member of the Iranian Parliament's National Security and Foreign Policy Committee, according to a translation provided to Breitbart News. He continued, for my part, I say that whenever I get the opportunity, I will not hesitate for a moment to unalive you. And mind you, I am a political official who speaks this diplomatically. The masses of Iranians are waiting for an opportunity to send the murderer, Trump, and the mastermind of the assassination of the world's greatest anti-terror figure, Haj Qassem Soleimani, to hell in a glorious manner and worthy of his legacy, God willing. He also stated that as a member of the Parliament's National Security Committee, and based on rational, patriotic, religious, political, and security realities, I say that the case of Haj Qassem Soleimani's retribution will never go under the table and is still on the agenda and on the table, of course. This is the state's general policy. All right. You go and read and you go on some more if you want. All right. We also got this. This was back in January. WEF promises to pardon anyone who Salakia. WEF promises to pardon anyone who successfully assassinates President Trump. Okay. Now this could be, let's listen in.
The faceless, unelected global elite are rattled, but they're still lurking in the shadows, pulling the strings from behind the scenes. Their ultimate goal? To take down President Donald Trump before he can completely dismantle their New World Order agenda. After flying their private jets to the Swiss mountain resort of Davos Klosters, the global elite are convening as we speak, and reports from the back rooms reveal a diabolical plan. According to insiders, Schwab is promising to pardon anybody who successfully assassinates Trump once the globalists seize control of the United States. But it gets worse. This assassin will be celebrated as a hero in the New World Order, rewarded for their role in ushering in their twisted vision of power. Before we dive in, join the People's Voice Locals community if you haven't. Click the Join Us button today. It's completely free. The last 5 years have been a relentless psychological assault. It began with the chaos of COVID and has only escalated. Wars erupting, economic collapse looming, shameless price gouging, and the suffocating grip of authoritarian control tightening by the day. We're constantly watched under the cold, unblinking eye of the surveillance state, while divisive media narratives stoke division and bait us towards civil unrest. They keep warning about the next pandemic, even as they recklessly tinker with nature, gain-of-function experiments, self-replicating vaccines, and toxins infiltrating our air, water, and...
And you can go watch, you go read the rest of this if you like, but this is what concludes to. Now, it could it be something today? Who knows? But be on the lookout. The devil, we know how they get. What's that? Satan's devices. Okay. Now, through the spirit, brothers believe that Donald Trump is Nero, and Nero was assassinated. Come on, bro. Let's see. All right. Second Corinthians 2:11. Lest Satan should get an advantage of us, for we are not ignorant of his devices. All right. We know that they pull these, different false flags and black swan events, like it happened at the beginning of the year with these plane crashes. Right. These are false flags, all these plane crashes happening. Okay. This is what the devil does, man. Just stoke fear on the people. 2 Timothy 3:1. This know also that in the last days, perilous times shall come. All right, we're in those times right now, man. All right, and if that does, let's say it does happen, this is gonna bring up, civil war in America. Okay, there's gonna be a division, right? Isaiah 19:2. And I will set Egyptians against the Egyptians, and they shall fight everyone against his brother, and everyone against his neighbor, city against city, and kingdom against kingdom. All right, you're gonna bring a civil war to America, man. Because you have a lot of Trump voters who think he's doing a good job. He's getting rid of, the migrants. All right, he's bringing back two genders. Okay, which that's, we always been speaking about that. There's only been two genders. Okay, he's bringing back a lot of stuff for the so-called so-called white man, the white race, which is Esau, Edom. They're back in power. They're getting their power back. They believe so, but they're in a trick bag. They're in the okie doke. And if they mess that up, then they're gonna maybe bring Kamala in. Who knows what this devil does? But hey, we're in the times. That we gotta continue to be prayed up, man. And Lord willing, we make it. Okay, we endure to the end. So Lord willing, this was edifying. All right, we're gonna give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachak Wadash, and double honors to the apostles, bishops, and elders of Great Millstone, the teacher and Ruel. Peace and salutations to those who elect. Those who was edified. Till next video, I'm gonna say Shalom.